In the 80s and 90s, everyone trusted their health professionals and they trusted vaccines. And so we had such high vaccine rates. So in 2000, there was no more measles in the U.S.
Welcome back. You're watching the Dr. Nandi Show. And today we're discussing the pros and cons of vaccines. Really important topic in my opinion. In 1998, a group of British researchers claimed they actually found evidence that the MMR vaccine could actually lead to autism. Now, many researchers since then have shown that there's really no connection, no link between the MMR vaccine and autism. We're once again joined by Dr. 𝗵𝗲𝗧. You know, when you lose that herd immunity, all of a sudden these diseases that we think were vanquished or gone come back. And we talked about measles, and the measles has been in the news for a while. Tell me about that. And have we lost, in certain communities, lost that herd immunity?
Yes, unfortunately, the beauty of the protection vaccines had given us is gone now. As of 2000, the year 2000, it had been declared that measles was eliminated in the United States because we had just kind of come out of that golden age, I call it, of vaccines. In the 80s and 90s, everyone trusted their health professionals and they trusted vaccines. And so we had such high vaccine rates. So in 2000, there was no more measles in the U.S. You kind of fast forward now 18 to 20 years later, and the anti-vaccine movement is thriving and it's getting a lot of attention. Whether it's founded or not, it's getting attention. So unfortunately, here we go now. Now we're at the highest rates of measles in the country in 25 years. We've passed 700 cases where we once did not see any. So we've lost that herd immunity. And what often happens is it will be someone who is an international traveler who may not have that protection. Then they'll come, they will have that disease. Those that are not vaccinated begin to contract the disease and then it continues to spread. And so you may have, let's say 3 to 5% of cases that are people that are vaccinated, but again, that's going to be that small percentage that doesn't mount that full immunity. It really is spread by the unvaccinated individuals.
And you said something really important at the beginning that I wanted to touch on. You said it's such a privilege to be able to be healthy enough to get vaccines. And I'll tell you, we live in a very prosperous country. Those who are watching, I remember I did a Facebook Live on this, and it was a woman from Africa said, I cannot believe that all of you are debating whether vaccinations are safe and efficacious. We are dying trying to get the vaccines because we don't have the resources. And so it's amazing to me on, Tale of Two Cities, right? On one part of the world, they would love to have it, and here we have it, and we're not giving it to some of our kids because of this controversy. Have you had a child that hasn't been vaccinated and it had some infection or illness that you can remember, that you can talk to us about?
You know, these are the cases that really break my heart, both as a pediatrician for so many years, but also as a mom of 2 children. To see a child lose their life when I know the medicine was there to prevent it is just the most heartbreaking. In fact, this winter, and this is a case that really touches me, if you have heard of the campaign called Flu Shots for Leon, this was a very large campaign this flu season. And it's in honor of Leon Sadari. And Leon is the son of 2 physicians. Actually, they're Air Force military doctors. They're incredible people. And they're a vaccinating family. They believe in vaccines. They vaccinate. Every year, September, October, at the start of that flu season, everyone gets their flu vaccine. In the previous year, so 2017, Leon had a later fall, early winter birthday. So instead of doing the normal September, October flu vaccination, his well visit was going to be, his 4-year well visit was going to be at the end of December. And at that point, it's a busy family, life gets busy. They had figured, we will do Leon's flu vaccine with his 4-year vaccines at the well visit. This is not an unreasonable thought. Life gets busy. And again, he was scheduled to get his vaccine. Unfortunately, Leon came down with influenza right before Christmas, and Leon died at the age of 4 on Christmas Day, about a week before he was scheduled to get that flu vaccine. And this is a vaccinating family. This is someone in the medical community who believes in vaccines. And even they were a week too early to get this vaccine that would have saved his life. This is a vibrant 4-year-old that died on his favorite holiday. And they have become even bigger advocates than ever. And so this winter, there was a big campaign, Flu Shots for Leon, and anyone who got a vaccine, they would do the hashtag, and there are many big events in honor of Leon. And he's just one of many children where we had the vaccine for and did not get it. Another one is another 4-year-old out of Colorado, Charlotte Hendricks, and she was the first one in 2014 that lost her life that flu season year because she had not gotten her flu vaccine. And then you look at whooping cough, pertussis. There's so many children under the age of 2 months that have lost their lives to pertussis because they were too young to get that vaccine. And in fact, this is what has changed what we do now with the pertussis vaccine. Before, the herd immunity was great. So as long as all infants and school-age children got their DTaP vaccine, and that's where you get your diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis, we were all protected. So even though as adults we actually would lose our immunity to pertussis, it didn't matter because if the kids were vaccinated, we were all fine. We lose the herd immunity, so now pertussis is alive and well again. So it's taken many deaths of the children under age 2 months, including Landon Dube, a sweet 6-week-old that passed away, and countless others like him that have now changed what we do. As adults now, we get a Tdap vaccine, not just a TD, which is tetanus diphtheria every 10 years. We now have a pertussis booster. And now in the 3rd trimester, every pregnant woman, it is recommended that she get that Tdap booster. Even if she's up to date, it's one of the ways we now try to protect the babies from the womb so when they are born, they have that protection a couple months until they can get their own vaccines. So a lot of these tragic stories continue to evolve what we do to protect everybody.
And that's why we're doing this show, because let me tell you, I have 3 kids. And, to me, to hear about kids dying from this, that's what it takes to be able to bring up the issue. It's just tragic. And that's why it brings tears to my eyes just listening. When I heard about Leon, I said, this is completely preventable. Mm-hmm. And they were, of course, well-intentioned, but others are choosing for their kids. The kids don't know. The kids don't have a choice, and they're just in families that are getting this information. So I urge all of you, look and see for yourself the real information. We have to take a break. When we come back, the rules surrounding vaccine exemptions for parents, they're changing in states all across the country. We're going to discuss the legality of these changes with our next guest. Please stay with us. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Partha Nandi, and if you enjoyed that video, you're going to love the next one. It's full of incredible information to help you start your health hero journey.